All right, here's another part. This is the last part I'm going to do, and I just thought of it while we're here filming. There's this controversy about welding machines, Miller, Lincoln, but there's also controversies about shop machines. Particularly you guys going to welding schools, and usually they're inverter machines because electricity is very expensive. They weigh about 80 pounds. They look like a heavy suitcase. And here's what you need to know. Here's the bottom line about welding machines. You need at least 50 open circuit volts. That's before the welding machine's welding, for an inverter machine to weld with any kind of quality. And usually they're higher than that. But you want to be up in 60, 70, because once you start welding and strike that arc, you're going to pull it down. And so you need to be able to have enough power to give you enough volts to get in a good welding range. Generally, inverter machines do not weld as good as these machines that I'm used to. They do not weld as good as the I guess Lincoln Rangers and Miller's machine, Trailblazers, different names, Bobcats, whatever. And I've had students even ask me, what do you prefer? Well, if you got a school, you're kind of stuck unless you got $1 million to give away. And they do not weld as good as the others. But that's what you're going to have, right? Okay. If I was going to buy a machine to weld, if my dad had a shop or a farm, I would not buy an inverter welding machine because you're in a fixed location. You can put a pigtail on it and drag it around 20, 30 feet or whatever, but that's not going to do really. And the further your leads go out from that machine, even if you're in a welding school, if you're in a welding school, you want to be close to that machine, because if it's got leads strung way down some rack and there's a load bank of them, if 2 or 3 guys strike up at the same time and it's not wired correctly with enough power to overcome that, the guy that's closest is going to get a better weld out of that machine than a guy further away. That's just a fact. I don't care whose welding school it is. Mr. Gerald's going to tell you the truth, okay? And there it is. If I was going to buy a machine, I'd buy, if I didn't have money to find one of these for $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever, I'd find me a used Trailblazer, the little smaller ones, the small ones like this, engine driven, that fit in my truck. I don't care, Miller, Lincoln, whatever you like, because then it's portable. And if 2 or 3 of you guys go in together, it's really just not that expensive. So there's your tip for today. I'm Gerald W. Brister.